Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
Hey, girl, hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Welcome back to another edition, another episode, another in the sequence of events of Oh No, Girl, Yes. Subscribe, like, share. Thank you if you've already done so. If not, we'll wait.
Go ahead, click the button.
Now. Okay, good. Thank you. Also, don't forget we have Patreon, behind the scenes dish, live events, all that good stuff. Also an option for you. But this week, we have a very special topic. And we feel like you guys should have some comments. So let us know what you think about this topic. It's about Send Me Your Location. It's one of my favorite songs by Kylie.
Send me your location. Okay, yeah.
I love that song. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, have you ever moved, like physically moved where you live in order to be closer to a significant other?
Nope.
I have not moved to be with a significant other. I have moved in hopes of advancing a situation with a significant other, but there were other reasons attached to the move. So yes, kind of, not really. I've never moved to like somewhere I wouldn't have gone anyway for a guy.
Right.
So would you though? The question is, at this point in your life, you have a home, you have your family. Would you move to another state that you would not have gone to for any other reason for a man?
Yes. Obviously would have to be the right circumstances, but because I don't have any ties here besides like my family, like I don't have any children that I would have to uproot. It would just be me. Yes, it would be an easy thing to do, I think, in that regard.
Okay. Easy in that regard. What are the parameters to get you to move to another location? Meaning, do you have to be together for a certain amount of time? Do you have to be engaged? Do you have to are you moving in together? Like, what are the parameters that you would feel most comfortable at this point to say, yes, I'm going to pack it up and move with him?
Yeah. I think I would say I would have to be engaged. So yeah, there would have to be a ring involved, I guess, of some form of, outward form of commitment. Not just talking about it. I think I would have to be in that, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because a lot of times people move through life and they're like, yeah, we're going to get engaged. And you see that working out sometimes and you see that not working out sometimes. So I think I would be more comfortable if we've already established outwardly to everybody, hey, we're getting engaged, got my ring.
And then when you move, are you looking to move in with or get your own place in that state?
If I'm engaged, probably move in with.
Okay.
But if there were, I would think I don't think I would want to move by myself to a strange place. I don't know.
What do you mean move by yourself?
Like to live by
your
myself.
Own place.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a scenario where that would be ideal for me.
See, the only reason why I think that would possibly be an option, at this point, yes, I would move. The question. I don't know that I would have to be engaged necessarily, but the reason why I think I would probably move but have my own place is I think the stresses of living together is a whole nother level that sometimes that can make you break up before you even get married. So I think I would probably say, hey, I will move there, but I'm going to start out in my own place just so I can get my own footing in this area. And, but as far as to be together most of the time, at some point, financially, it's just not going to make sense for me to have my own place there. But I think to try to give us a chance, I think it would be a whole lot to move to another state for a person and then live with that person and not expect that you're not looking at them for everything, At that point,
I agree.
Kind of like you need to make me happy. You need to entertain me.
Right.
You need to look out for me versus saying, okay, I live here now. Let me figure this city out. Let me figure out who I am in this city. And then I get to have dinner with you every night.
Yeah. Now, if I think if I were to move, which I can't think of a situation where I would. If I were to move with someone that I wasn't engaged with, or I was just dating and move to a state, then I probably would get my own spot, obviously. But if I'm engaged, I think I would go ahead and let's just go all in.
I wonder, because just while you were talking, I was thinking, I wonder would you be able to, if you are dating someone and they live in another state, you are not engaged, but you feel like this is a person you could be with, that you would move there. First part of the question is, would you volunteer to move there or would you wait until he asks you to move there? Like, does he have to bring that up as a thought for you to do it? Or would you say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about? And he says, oh, okay, that's cool.
Robin right now would say I would think I would allow him to bring that up. It probably wouldn't be a thought to me, to be honest.
You would be thinking about moving?
I don't know that I would. It depends, because I have my own place here. Like, it's hard to kind of.
Right, but you love this guy and he lives in another state and.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's not a drivable state, like a surrounding state where we stay now, maybe it would be a thought, but I don't know. And it depends on what kind of career he has. Is he going to be moving again? And is this going to be a type of thing where?
Okay, well, let me say that as a given. I would say in this context of when I say moving to where a man is, at that point, he has kind of a stable career. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I think when you think about a long distance relationship and consolidating or moving to a certain place, I think you got to go to who has the most gainfully employed situation, and then the other person can get a job when they get there. That's my thinking on it. But the other part of that question, would you wait for him to ask you or would you volunteer? The other part of that is, would you? What are you laughing at?
Don't know.
Would you not be engaged, dating, feel like this is a person you want to be with, and they ask you to marry, and you say, okay, cool, but they don't ask you to move there. You're not going to move there until you are married. Would you do that?
Hold up. Okay, I'm confused now.
Y'all are long distance and engaged, but you're not moving up there while you're engaged. You're not. Y'all have planned not to move until you are actually married. You've engaged though. Okay. Would you move to another state to be with this person, but the first time you're moving there and being with that person, y'all are already married? Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm. Right.
So that might be a little dangerous.
Right. That's why I was like, okay. Because I was just thinking about that. Like, I mean, I'm almost 10 years older than you. I'm trying to think, okay, if somebody right now said, will you marry me? I'm like, yes, let's get married. And then by the time we're talking about, okay, well, if we're engaged and I would move or whatever, they might say, well, I don't want a long engagement. Why don't we just get married and move up here? That's like, well, now that's
too much.
Different. That's a little
different. Too much. That's
Isn't
a lot.
Too much? Because then
it's just a lot.
Married and moving versus getting engaged,
right?
Moving, and then getting married.
There's a period of relationship growth when you go from dating to engaged, right? There's a growth period, and there are some growing pains, I imagine, in that, right? And then there are growing pains in getting married.
Right.
Once you get married, there are some more growing pains. And then there are growing pains in moving in with each other.
Right.
There are also growing pains in moving from one state to another.
Right.
So to compile all that at one time, I don't think will be a wise decision for me.
Right.
Because I'm trying to adjust,
Right. It's a lot of stuff to understand.
Yeah.
And all they got to do is say the wrong thing at the wrong time. And I ain't got to do this.
Got to take baby steps.
What I won't do. So I'm curious of how all that works, because I've known people that have moved to different states because one person got a job in another city. I was talking to somebody recently, and their wife, this is a guy, their wife is from a certain state. And of course she wants to live in that state because that's where her family is. And they have lived in that state for 15 years. And now he has gotten a job out of state, and now she's miserable being out of state. But they've only been gone for a year. So they're having the stresses of, okay, but we lived where you wanted to live for 15 years. For my career, this was a better move, but now you're miserable and not trying to be happy. And they've already been married, for 11 years. So how do you then navigate this thing? Because to me, when he was telling me, it sounded like a newlywed problem, right? It sounded like, well, I can understand if you just got married and you're getting used to being with this husband and starting your own thing versus, letting go of your family attachment. So what I told him, I said, at some point, y'all gonna have to figure out, do you love each other more than the thing you hate? And obviously, what's love got to do with it? It ain't just about love. It's like either you don't want to live in that state so much that you would be willing to let that be a thing, or she don't want to not live in that state so much that she's going to let it be a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm telling him, I know it's more than just love involved, but I don't know. That's a tough situation. Like, would you lose your relationship over not wanting to live in a state?
That's rough. That's rough. I don't know. I can't. I mean, It sounds like a newlywed problem, but then again, it kind of makes sense. It kind of, maybe she gave it a try and she's like just not happy.
Because then in her defense, she could say, well, she only gave it a try for a year. They've been in where she wanted to live for 15 years.
15 years.
And he did not want to live there. He didn't want to live there for 15 years. So in his mind, I did that for 15 years.
I get it.
You haven't even tried in the 1 year. And I was just like, that's a tough one, because at some point, either you're going to want her so much that you're going to be miserable in the state you don't live in, or she's going to want you so much that she's going to be miserable and say she
right. Somebody's going to be miserable.
And also at that point, that's also still a choice on something like that, because if you are the person I want to build a life with, it don't matter where we are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, some cities are cooler than others.
Has she found a job?
Huh?
Has she found a job there?
I don't know if she's working there or not. I'm not sure. But he said they have a great house, life's
good for him.
She's just not interested in making it good for her. And so that's frustrating, right? So then I look at myself, and no one's ever asked me to to marry them or be with them. But I'm like, I'm in a space in my life and in my career and in my dating career that I would be willing to try it. Think about it. If you move to where somebody is, that obviously ain't the city you picked. So there's already this thing of giving over some of your agency by virtue of, I did not pick this city to live in.
Right. I have a question about that.
Okay.
In our current state, if we decided to move, we both are homeowners. Mm-hmm. Do you keep your home? Do you sell your house?
I would keep my home because of the emotional attachment I have. I think I can make a lot of money on it today, and then even more if I didn't sell it today. Mm-hmm. And I think I would just like to have a home in my hometown. You know what I'm saying? I think I just want it to be my family home. And even no matter what happens when we come to town, this is our house, or if I rent it out, or if I do Airbnb. So I think my emotional attachment to my home, I would not sell my home. Yeah, I don't even think that would be an option for me.
I actually do not have an emotional attachment to my home.
That's why I said that, because I know that you really don't. I think you would be able to sell your house.
Yeah, I would. I don't know if it would be the wisest thing. And I think, that's one thing I would have to consider. Do I trust this person and I'm just gonna, uproot everything, or do I hold on to, a part of me that has been a part of me since 2012?
Now, would that be a trust thing though? Because I wouldn't keep my house because I wouldn't trust that if we were gonna work out, I would just keep it because it's my house.
My decision would be based on trust. Like, if this don't work out, at least I got somewhere to come home to.
Well, I guess that's not my first thought. I mean, obviously that's a benefit of having a home to go to. Yeah. But that's not my first thought. Is not, okay, well, in case we don't work out, I can go back. But I do feel like, I think if I was moving to another city for a career or something and I was keeping my house, that would be the thought. Okay, well, if it don't work out, I can always come back to my house. I think in my mindset of, I would move to be with him, but I would keep my house. It's just on an investment, emotional, and what is it called? Legacy. Yeah. That it could just be the family house. And one day there'll be a plaque out front. And it says, she used to live up and through here, y'all, and then sell tickets, but the family get the ticket money. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I want it to be my house, but not as my safety net, because I think that would be a disadvantage.
That could cause problems. It could cause problems for sure.
For me, because I'm already so quick to say, I ain't got to do this. So if I was attached to the house being here as my out or as my safety net, I don't think that would be good for me. So I really am not thinking of it as that. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of it as just, my nest egg, if you will. Yeah, my nest egg. Yeah. So I feel like if I sold it right now, I would have a lot of money. And then either I would spend that money on a new house, or just, it would kind of just, I don't know, kind of be pissed away, versus if I sold it in 10, 15, 20 years, it would be that much more money. And then this is what I can live off of.
Yeah, I would think if I were to move right now, if I met the man of my dreams and he lived somewhere else and we had to move, I would sell my house, because I could stand to make a lot of money on my house right now just because of the way the market is. And it would be an investment into my retirement. Like, that would be what I would do with it. Hopefully,
that's what I would say. I would
be able to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, hopefully I would be able, it wouldn't be like, well, we need this money, so I need to sell, hopefully I wouldn't be in that position, but that would be ideal for me if I can do that.
I just know myself well enough to know if you cut me a check with some zeros, it's like, I could do this, this, and this, and this, and then I'm gonna be old without a house and without a retirement plan. And it's like, okay. So that's why I'm saying, y'all keep that money in the bank. Okay. And then in 20 years, when I can't make no new money no more, then maybe I would think about selling it. Y'all cut me my check, and then I can live off that. that's kind of my plan. So I see this as a nest egg, a retirement nest egg, more so than if you piss me off, I'm gonna come back here.
I would love to hear from our viewers. I know a lot of y'all are in relationships. Have you ever had to move because your spouse or significant other got a job or needed to move? And how did that work out for you? Do you regret it? Are there things that you would do differently? Were you married? Were you engaged? Were you just in a relationship? All that kind of stuff. We want to know all y'all business.
We want to know all your business. Please put it in the comments. Like I said, I moved to a city that I would have moved to anyway to help a relationship grow, and it did not work out. That person kind of was continuously saying, oh, but if you were local, if you were here, we'd be so much better off. And so then I became local, and then he disappeared. And I think about all of the PTSD I've had from all the situations of things that people have said in dating, that I would hope that if I was dating someone and they did ask me to move, that I wouldn't draw from that experience.
Right.
That it would keep me from doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know.
I don't think you would. I don't think it would though, at this point.
At this point, you think I'm out. Peace out.
Yeah, because you weren't traumatized by
I wasn't. But that's also because it was a city I would have moved to anyway.
It was a good business move, so it made sense. Now, had you moved to Timbuktu somewhere,
you got me out here in this forest of a desert, and now you ain't calling me back. Now, see, that probably is how somebody gets stalked. And that's how you get trespassing charges. That's how, for real. Now, I can see that. If somebody told me they love me to the point that I need to move to this place that I would never have moved to on my own. And then, and not just in the course of the relationship we break up, but I get there and now you act like I'm bothering you, or you ghosting me, or it's something you doing that don't match nothing that I just did. Oh, you about to be harassed and stalked. And I ain't never harassed and stalked nobody in my life. Go ahead and get your restraining order paperwork together. Spell it with 2 L's, 2 T. Put my name on there the right way, because you're going to need me back 100 feet. Wait, hold on now. You got me out here with these cows and ducks, and you ain't calling me back? Good luck with that. Let us know. I was trying to think, it was another location situation where, what about when you move, and you see people go from a small town to a big town, and one of the people go crazy because it's like this whole new world, and they want to get married, they don't want to be married no more because now it's all these new people, or they get a new job and there's all these new work husbands and wives. And you're like, so I think when you move as an established couple, there's still a whole lot of variables that can come in. They can put a glitch in the matrix, even beyond moving as an engaged couple or moving as a dating couple, or like I said, the couple that's been married and I don't want to be here, and making each other miserable. So that location is amazing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
I would like to believe, and again, we know that we can say a whole lot of stuff till it becomes a game time situation. I would like to believe that I could live anywhere with somebody I actually loved and they love me. I would like to believe that.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, in
ideal
application, I don't know what it looks like. But I would like to believe if I finally got me a man and he asked me to go somewhere with him, I'm gonna say, okay, let's go. I would like to believe that. It just ain't happened, because by the time it happened, it'd be that scene out of Terms of Endearment. Mama, he wants to move us again. And then
my grandma, when my parents moved to Birmingham from South Carolina, my grandma was like, I don't think she was happy about it, because Birmingham had a reputation, civil rights movement or whatever. And I don't think my mom was that keen on it at first. And when they first moved here, she thought that he was going to move again because of his job. And she didn't get a job for the first year. And then after a year, she was like, okay, well, I guess we settled in now. But they were married. They were young in their 20s, but they were married. So she was moving with him, because he had the job.
I think I've seen plenty of situations too, where the man has moved to the woman or move with the woman for her career and job, so it goes both ways for sure. But tell us if in the comments, if you guys have had an experience, a good move, a bad move, you thinking about a move. Tell us how you're moving in the world. We want to know. I think I covered all the location skills. What about moving to a location together and then you find out that's what his ex is? I just made a whole new movie. Okay, let's stay focused. All right. But now how's she here though? But wait a minute now, but wait a minute, but why would she be? Hold on, but you told me you got. Oh, okay. So it's a coincidence. I didn't got mad over a make believe situation. Oh no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
Don't do that.